Welcome back to the Mental Playbook with Christine Dalgity, Season 2. This season, we are expanding the conversation, hearing from mental health experts, professionals from different industries, and people in the sports world about how they take care of their minds, handle challenges, and build the mindset to thrive both on the job and in life. So, grab a coffee, get comfy, tune in, get inspired, and let's dive into some fascinating conversations. Remember, your mind is super powerful, and with the right tools and knowledge, you can master your mental playbook. And while you're doing that, take care of you. Hey everyone, Christine here. Welcome back to the Mental Playbook with Christine Dalgity. So as always, end of the month, end of January, and we have a Q&A with Lily. Not sure what she's going to have for me today, but this is always fun, and I'm always up for a challenge. Except one of them in the fall, she got me. She stumped me a couple times. So here we go.
Okay. All right. So we're going to start with our segment 1, the warm-up. So we got 4 questions here. What's your go-to comfort food in winter?
Oh. Comfort food. So I know that like as soon as it starts to get cooler, I make squash soup and chili and stuff like that. But that's not comfort. Oh, it's comfort food, but it's not my comfort food. Go to comfort food in the winter. It's actually ribs.
Really?
Yeah. All of a sudden I start craving them and stuff in the winter, and I'll go and I'll make some ribs. I always like the big pack. I'm like, want these ribs? And then I eat like this much, and then I text my brother, there's ribs here, and he's like, he lives next door, he's here in like 2 seconds. Right? Yeah, ribs seem to be, I mean, I love all Mexican food, but that's more like summerish for me. But yeah, ribs, chili. I like chili.
What do you eat your ribs with?
Sometimes I have a baked potato. Sometimes I make French fries, sweet potato. Like I'll make real sweet potato fries in my air fryer. But often I'll just eat the ribs. If I'm really craving them, just all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I'll just make ribs and I'll eat them.
Cool. Yeah, those are good.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Never really thought of it till you just asked me that.
What's your current unpopular opinion about January?
Unpopular opinion. I think my opinion about January is popular. That may be unpopular with some who love skiing and who love all of that. I want it to be March. But I don't want to wish my life away. Yeah. But January, it's just cold, and I don't ski or anything. Yeah, I don't know.
So it just sucks.
It sucks. It sucks, but I'm not somebody who is like, oh, it's the winter. You know what I mean? I don't enjoy it. But on the other hand, I do enjoy it sometimes because I do enjoy the weekends in January. Christmas is over, the hustle and bustle. Yeah. People kind of go into a, but I kind of go into like, breathe. My cat likes to try to join our podcast.
I was like, he's going to jump on me, and I'm like, I can't handle that.
Yeah. Yes, he does. He likes to be the center of attention. But, I think that it's like, to me, January is kind of quiet time, too. But I don't like the short days and the cold. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. You also mentioned before just the goals, New Year's resolution goals.
Yeah. Oh, that would be my unpopular opinion. I see where you're getting at. Sometimes I need prompts. Yes. An unpopular opinion about January is New Year's resolutions don't work. I don't believe in them. I don't agree with them. I think that all they do is set up, these grandiose goals. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to work out every day. And I'm not saying everyone does that, but any New Year's resolutions that I hear are like, I'm going to, and it's something big. How about I'm going to start focusing on eating better as a life goal? I do think that, or exercising or whatever, right? But I do think I am all about natural breaks and like fresh starts and stuff like that, clean slates and stuff. And I think that January, it being a new year, offers that. But I also think that making these New Year's let's just change the way, if you have a goal, let's just create these baby steps towards the goal without being like, and along with that is dry January. You know how I feel about dry January too. I think it's ridiculous. Sorry. Some of my closest friends do dry January every year. Kudos, have at her. But they know how I feel. I'm always like, but why? So you can like binge drink in February? Because every person I know that does dry January says February 1st is next week. February 1st is in 3 days, right?
Yeah.
So then why do it?
Yeah. That's fair.
That would be an unpopular opinion.
Very much so. Especially coming from a therapist.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good because it's true. I think it's the whole grandiose.
Yeah.
So if it would be small, if people were doing it like the way that might work, would you potentially switch your...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I believe in the, like starting up. We always say I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a start date and it's a new year and you want to start that, go for it. But don't say I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to go to the gym 7 days a week. Just say I'm going to make lifestyle changes. Or my goal is to lose 50 pounds this year. I'm going to start with this.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to lose 20 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever, 5 pounds, that's cool and awesome and great. But don't say, I'm going to lose 50 pounds, right? Say, this is my goal for 2026. And so these are the steps I'm going to take to achieve that.
Yeah, it's the goal should be steps, not just like I'm going to lose. That's not a step. That's how are you going to do it kind of thing.
Absolutely. And when you say I'm going to lose 50 pounds, if let's say in 2 weeks into January, depending on your age, it's harder to lose weight. And so you're not losing what you think you should. 9 times out of 10 people quit.
That's hard. Yeah. All right, we're switching up a little bit here. If you could only keep one app on your phone, which one would you choose?
Photos.
I knew you were going to say that.
Because I have about 10,000 photos and about 9,500 are of my grandkids. Yep. And my friends. Actually, my screen on my computer, Kyla was in my office the other day. She's like, is that me? So what I do, obviously I have lots of pictures of my grandkids and stuff, but every time I go to a Sens game or a Red Blacks game and I bring somebody with me, I do a selfie. And my computer screen is like all my friends or family or coworkers that come to these things with me.
That's nice.
Yeah. So that would be my photos. I'd have to rely on you to keep checking all the social media apps.
Yes. If you could switch your age for one day, what age would you choose and why?
Oh.
Like it could go in the past or in the future.
Yeah. Wow, that's a hard one because I'm someone who's kind of like I think that I don't think that my age, like I don't look at my age like, oh my God, I want to go back to 20, right? I think this is how old I am and that's cool. Do I like the aches and pains and hurting your shoulder or reaching to get a glass?
Yeah.
No. I think I would like to go back to 30.
Like 30?
Yeah.
Like just straight up 30?
Just 30. Because You said, and why, right? Because there was a lot of change for me that year. My mom was still here. My dad was still here, obviously. That was the year that I finally broke away from the narcissistic abuse and everything. However, I don't believe in regrets. I believe that we make decisions based on what we know to be true and the information we have. But I would have made a more clean break.
Okay.
Because we had a child together, because he had been in my life since I was 13. He had a lot of issues and needs, and I would still try to help. I would still, try to get my son to talk to him. I would still. So I think that I would make more of a clean break.
All right. Segment 2, the first half. So these are some of our listeners and your clients' questions.
Okay.
Okay, number 1, what makes trauma therapy so interesting for you? Because you seem to go back to it a lot.
Mm-hmm. I think just the way our brains work, right? I think that a trauma completely rewires your brain. And everything that goes with trauma and how it gets stuck in your central nervous system. I think the neuroscience to it is really fascinating to me. Obviously, I hate that people have to go through traumas. I think that probably my favorite part of trauma therapy is like when we do EMDR and all of a sudden the person is like doesn't have that emotional attachment. Twice in the fall, 2 different clients burst into tears, and one said, I am worthy. It was childhood abuse. I am worthy, and just started to cry and said, I've never said that or thought about that about myself ever. And this client's in their 60s.
Wow.
And because we cleared it, we took that core belief that was attached to the trauma away. And she just, she broke down. I don't feel my clients, I don't get choked up. And I got choked up sitting there. And then I had a client who, and this was just doing the resourcing part, just doing the, so resourcing in EMDRs, we learn ways to ground and that sort of thing. So if a client starts to do the float back and I can see them starting, like the trauma response starting, we go to the calm place, right? And they come up with a calm place, a calm, safe place, and they close their eyes, we visualize it, we hear the sounds, we kind of like the guided imagery.
Yeah.
And then I do eye movements to install that. And then they attach a word. So let's say it's peace. They say peace. And when they say peace, they go to that place, and then we do eye movements to install it. And that's all we did. And she broke down crying. And she said, I haven't felt calm my whole life.
No.
And I feel it right now. So I think that the whole thing, trauma brain fascinates me. And the process of EMDR and seeing, I literally see somebody's changing while we're doing EMDR.
Yeah.
They don't even notice. And a mom said to me the other day about her son, she's like, he told me he's faking it. And I said, yep, he was at the start. I can see it. Ain't my first rodeo, right? I can see it. He was at the start. But I said, I see other things that people don't know I see. So when he had brought up one memory, I saw your skin gets flushed, right? Your skin turns, because that's part of the stress response. Clients often swallow hard. You see, they get the furrowed brow. You see their shoulders and everything kind of go up. You see them doing this with their hands. They don't realize they're doing it. And he did that. And then after we did the eye movements, the next session, I got him to bring it up, that memory up. There was no flush. There was no gulping. There was no, and so I knew. And then he smiled while he was doing it. And then he's like, I don't feel anything. So he may have thought that he was pulling one over on me, but I'm like, the body keeps the score. The body doesn't lie, right? And so all of that to me is fascinating. I think seeing people go from a place where, trauma is, until you've experienced PTSD or acute trauma response, you have no idea how it takes over, how it's like a brain injury, how it rewires everything you see, and how much you try to avoid it, and you don't sleep because you get the images and everything. To go from that, where you feel like I'm never going to feel better, I'm never going to sleep again, I'm never to, oh yeah, that happened, is amazing. And I get to witness it every single day.
Trauma is such a strong thing that happens, and like you said, that rewires your brain. Is there a positive thing that does the same? Does that make sense? I'm trying to think. Like what?
Not really picking up what you're putting down.
No, I know. Because trauma can be, like you said, it's like you don't want people to go through trauma because it's bad. It's not nice. But is there something just as strong on the other side, like positive ways?
Like to counteract trauma, or that people have that can rewire your brain in a positive way?
Yeah, like is there something just as strong as trauma?
I mean, I think we have moments. Like I think when your child is born.
Okay.
Right? Like when you see your child for the first time.
Yeah.
When your child first crawls and walks, like all those milestones. But like giving birth and seeing your child for the first time and thinking like, I made this, right? We made this. I think that can really rewire your brain in a different way. I think that so many times I hear people say to me, my relationship with my child changed when they became a parent because they saw the difference. So yeah, that kind of stuff. Meeting someone who, like true love, right? Like meeting somebody who you're completely in alignment with, that strong love and stuff. I think those things can rewire your brain differently. You could be someone who was hurt a lot, somebody who had walls up a lot, and then you meet this person that brings all those walls down.
Yeah.
That's going to change your brain. That's going to change how you see things.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things, I think.
No, it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at me go off the top of my head.
Well, I didn't explain it right, but I was just like trying to use some good words and they were not working.
Yeah, nope, all good.
How do I support someone without losing myself?
Okay, you have to set boundaries. You cannot take on somebody else's. It's kind of like the same for a therapist, right? We can't. I can't take on all of my clients' issues. Clients, like plural, issues. I can't bring them all home. I can't hold them. I can't hold that for them. Same with if it's a friend or family member. You can support somebody and be there, but not do it for them. One thing I tell every student that comes into my office to start like fresh being a psychotherapist, I say, you can never work harder at your client's mental health than they do. Right? And we cannot work harder at the people we love or whatever. We can't work harder on them changing, whether it's addictions or any of that stuff, than they do.
How can you not? How?
How can you not do that?
Yeah.
By setting those boundaries, by saying, this is what I can offer, by listening and supporting, but knowing when you need to pull back, by sometimes turning the phone off if they're someone who's texting all the time, right? We feel like we have to answer texts right away, and we don't. Obviously, if your friend or whatever is having suicidal ideations and stuff, you're not going to know I'm stepping back. But again, if they're having suicidal ideations, you get them help, but you don't take that on. That's what professionals are for. You have to set your boundaries, because if somebody is needing your support, they're not going to set them for you because they need you.
Yep.
So you need to know when to step back. You need to know how much you can give and look at it and say, I can only give this today. It's okay, because you're not responsible for their mental health or whatever it may be.
That's good.
Think of like a therapist, right? We support in that time. And it doesn't mean I don't think about my clients outside of that session, but we support them in that time. We give them what they need. We help them, but then we have to take that step back. I know it's different when it's an emotional attachment, but even more so if it's an emotional attachment, you need to take that step back and not carry it.
How can I stop feeling guilty for not being as productive as I plan to be in January?
Self-compassion. Cut yourself some slack. Progress over perfection. Guilt, the G word, implies an intent to harm. Who are you trying to harm? Nobody. Right? Again, it goes back to the first question with New Year's resolutions too. How big are your expectations? Do some self-reflection. Instead of feeling guilty, what's the purpose of feeling guilt? What's the outcome you're trying to achieve? Is feeling guilty and self-deprecating going to make you more productive? No, it's going to increase stress and you're not going to want to do anything, right? So look at what you're trying to achieve. Look at how your life has been, right? I think last summer or fall, I can't remember, they all blend. We did the podcast on, it was last summer, July, I think we did the half-year reset. And I said, you shouldn't be the same person you were in January. Life happens and things change. And so stop, reflect. How big was my goal? How big was what I'm trying to be productive with? Can I break that down? Have I achieved any of it? What obstacles or changes or life happened? And then regroup, reset, and break it down. If you break it down into small chunks right away, then you can look at, you probably have done some of the small chunks. So you are productive. You just haven't done the grandiose.
Why does the start of the new year make me question my whole life?
Yep. Because it's a new year. Because everywhere you turn, people are saying, you have 365 days to write your new chapter or book or whatever, the way you want life to be, because of New Year's resolutions, because of, it's a new year. And, I always say, you're going to have ups and downs. So many times when it's been a bad year, right? People say, oh, I'm leaving 2025 in the past and I'm going to go. Well, stuff's going to happen in 2026 too. And, hopefully not traumatic things if that was 2025, but things are going to happen. And so how about we start looking at it as a new way to build our life, a new way to build the next chapter, if you want to look at it being a new year. Shut out what social media is telling you. Shut out what society is telling you, that it's a new year, so you need to be a new you. Forget all that nonsense. How do you want to align with what you see for yourself? What goals do you want to achieve? We have this thing like, by the time I'm 30, I'm going to be doing this. By the time I'm 40, I'm going to have this. And life happens, and 40 happens, or 30 happens, and clients are saying, this isn't what I thought my life was going to be. How do you think your life is going to be? It's years from now. It's what we expect we should be, if that makes sense, right? And it's the same from year to year. We look back, oh, I thought I would be doing this by now. Okay, but what happened? Cut yourself some slack. Don't look at your life as like, oof, and feel down on what you haven't done, or just keep going. It's not a new, yes, it's a new start, but it doesn't have to be because it's a new calendar year. You can use it as motivation, 100%. You can use it as a starting point for a clean slate, 100%. But why use it as a way to put ourselves down?
Mm-hmm. How do you deal with the Sunday scaries when you actually like your job?
Okay. The same way you deal with Sunday scaries if you don't like your job, right? Because unless you're going to quit your job, you're going to have to go in. I think that if you do like your job, though, you need to reflect on what's going on. Is it because you are so busy that you had 2 days off and now your brain's like, yeah, I don't want to adult. I don't want to go to work, right? When I did the burnout carryover video, I was saying that I went into work. I love my job. I created my job, right? I created my business. I love it. And I went into work thinking, I can't see clients. I just want a week off, right? So, and that was a Monday. And Sunday night, I was like, I actually stayed up later because I knew if I fell asleep, I'd have to get up and go to work the next day, right? So that's the Sunday scaries. So you just, what boundaries are you not putting in place? I love reflection. So sit and reflect about that. Why am I feeling this way? Acknowledge it. I'm feeling this way because, name it and explain it. Okay, so what can I do differently? Because if you're getting scary, it's like if you experience pain in your body, that's your body telling you something's wrong. If you're getting Sunday scaries, that's your body telling you something's wrong that you need to look at, especially if you love your job. If you hate your job, if your job is toxic, workplace is toxic, that's something completely different. Doesn't mean we can't change things. That's something completely different. But if you love your job, what's going on? Why are you feeling this way? Reflect and change.
All right. Segment 3, halftime break.
Oh, these are the this or that's that I can't. I say this or that.
No, those are
Those are the last ones.
question.
Overtime.
Yeah. All right. What's your brain's favorite excuse for procrastinating?
I'm too busy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Advice for keeping your brain from turning minor mistake into catastrophes.
Ground yourself. Slow it down. Stick to the motto, progress over perfection. And check the facts. Stick to the facts, not your opinion. Your opinion's what makes it a catastrophe.
Yeah.
Personal belief driven by emotion. Look at me being succinct.
You've got 3 minutes before a stressful meeting. What's your mini reset?
Deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Almost said out through your breath. In through your nose, hold. Out through your mouth, hold. And out through your mouth really slowly. I tense up all of my muscles and then I slowly release them. So that, because your brain will tense your muscles up as part of the stress response. And so if you're doing it with purpose, then you're always relaxing your muscles. But I do those things. And if it's really stressful, then I will do like some guided imagery, bringing myself to a place that's just calm and relaxing. Or sometimes I'll scroll at pictures and videos, right? But I do that between every client, not the scroll. But I do my breathing and my muscle relaxation between every client to clear it. So 3 minutes, you can do that in 3 minutes.
How to not let your bad morning define your whole day.
Punch the microphone. How to not let your bad morning define your whole day.
Yeah.
Break down your day. So often what makes it a whole day is we say, I'm having a terrible day. What made it a bad morning? Go through your morning. I do this with clients all the time when I say, so I always start every session with, so how are you doing? I often get, good, you? Nope. When your therapist asks, it means, how are you doing? Right? And we have a little chuckle about that. But I will say, how are you doing? How was last week? Or, oh, it was horrible. What was horrible? But it was just horrible. Okay. We break it down. So if it's a day, yesterday was a bad day. Okay. When you woke up, what happened? Oh, nothing. It was fine. How about breakfast? Oh, I had a good breakfast. Okay. Drive to work? Oh, the drive actually was pretty good. From work to lunch? Oh, I had this meeting. There's this toxic person in there. Okay. Lunchtime? Oh, lunchtime was pretty good. So you had a bad moment.
Yeah.
So if you have a bad morning, is it a bad morning or was it a bad moment? It could be a collection of things happening, right? But if that's happening, then reset, breathe through it, change your narrative for the afternoon. Just because the morning was kind of sucky doesn't mean the afternoon has to be. What can you do differently?
Yeah.
If we let the catastrophic thinking and everything, or we call it mental filtering in therapy. So mental filtering and emotional reasoning. So if mental filtering is when things are going really well, but we focus on the negative, right? Things are going really well and one bad thing happens and then it's like the whole day's ruined.
Yeah.
Or things are like, and then something amazing happens and all we can focus on is the. And then emotional reasoning is, it feels bad, so it must be bad. I feel like a bad partner, so I must be a bad partner.
Yeah.
So identify those cognitive distortions and reset, change your narrative, and then you can change the rest of your day.
Yeah. Segment 4, so second half. So one of our listeners' story. So it's a little bit the longer one.
Case study.
Lately, I feel like I can't make a single decision without overthinking it. Even small things like what to cook for dinner or which show to watch. I'll stare at my opinions for 20 minutes, imagine every outcome, and often do nothing. It's worse with bigger decisions, like taking a new job or committing to social plans. Even when I choose, I immediately worry I picked wrong and replay the choices in my head. I hate that something as simple as picking lunch can drain me, and I just want to feel confident making decisions again. Is this normal, and how do I get out of this loop?
Okay. Is this normal? Yes and no. Some overthinking is normal. Some second guessing is normal. That level is not. That's more disordered. That sounds like disordered anxiety. And if you think about the stress response and your frontal lobe shutting down, your prefrontal cortex that shuts down is responsible for rational thinking and decision making. So if it's not firing, it's going to be more difficult to make decisions. That's a pretty loaded case study, right? Because is there trauma?
Mm-hmm.
Was there, what was parenting style like you being parented? Were you parented by somebody who always, like, every decision you made said that's the wrong one? What's your core belief? So we would treatment plan for that because it's disordered. And we would look at all of those things. I think that just, if that was somebody I knew who just asked me that question, off the top of my head, I would say stick to the facts. All of those things, that overthinking is opinion-based. And like I said, opinions are personal views or beliefs driven by emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And this emotion is fear. Afraid to make the wrong decision, afraid to say the wrong thing, whatever it happens to be. So the first thing you're going to do is when you go to make that decision, even a small decision, and you're like, I don't know if this is the right decision. Okay. Or this is the wrong decision, let's say. Is that a fact or is this my opinion? Unless it's the same for everybody, it's your opinion, mm-hmm. right? Because a fact is indisputable. And so it's my opinion. Okay, what are the facts? Did I have a decision like this to make before? And if so, did it turn out? What did I do? What's the worst thing that can happen if I decide to do this? What's the best thing? What's likely going to happen? So that's more factual, right? I think it's really important in that situation, first of all, you need some help with that stuff because I just said all the different things, right? You may need to dig into core beliefs. You may need to dig into the way you were parented. Were you parented with guilt? Were you parented in a way that you couldn't make, maybe your parents made the decisions for you, or everything you did was wrong, or they knew how to do it better. If that's how you were parented, 100% you're not going to be able to make a decision, or you're going to second guess every decision.
Yeah.
So I think that for that, again, pretty complex. It's simple in therapy, but it's a complex thing to just like, oh, do this and this. CBT is probably the best thing. So you need to understand what you're thinking in that moment. If there is some cognitive distortion, so like catastrophizing, emotional reasoning, there's a whole bunch of them. Mind reading, fortune telling, where you, oh no, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I think that you need to challenge it. I think that you need to pull out the facts. I think you need to try to figure out where it's stemming from. Because if we can do that, then we can dispute it or change it, alter the thoughts more.
Okay.
That was a hard one. I mean, it's hard just because there's so many different things you could do with it, right? Yeah. That's literally a therapy session. So to just like break it down and like, oh, you can do this, this, and this. That is a therapy session.
Yeah.
So, not even a session. That is a therapy, treatment.
Segment 5 are overtime questions.
Okay.
We went through these ones pretty quick. Like quick, but like detailed. It was good.
Yeah, I was going to say we're already in overtime.
Yeah.
Like this was one of our faster ones.
Compliment a stranger or compliment yourself first.
Compliment yourself first. It's hard to give other people compliments, usually, without our own self-compassion. Right? Do I think you should compliment a stranger? Sure, absolutely. I had a friend who, it's my best friend's sister-in-law, unfortunately she passed away, but we talked about this, she was the type of person, we went to Jamaica and we'd be walking through the resort and she'd just walk over to someone and say, I love your dress. And you could just see the way they changed, right? Or like in the airport or anything, she would just go up and say, I love the way you just talk to your child. Like she would do this kind of thing. So I think there is merit in that because it makes you feel good too. Yeah. But if you don't have that self-love, and don't look at your own things, it's going to be hard to pick it out of other people.
Yeah. Focus on strength or focus on weaknesses?
Strength. Focus on strength, absolutely. If you focus on your weaknesses, then that's all you're going to see. You can identify your weaknesses, but I don't even like to say weaknesses. Identify things you have challenges with, because strength, weakness, it's an all or nothing kind of thing. Just like I don't really like negative, positive, but I think that you need to focus on the parts of you, your strengths, so to speak, and identify weaknesses in order to work with them. Use your strength to work with them. Don't focus on your weaknesses. It's all you'll see.
Yep. Watch sports alone or host a sport party?
Oh. This is going to be a this or that, or this and that. Because there are times I love to just sit here by myself and watch sports, and yes, I do. Like when George Springer hit the home run to get them into the World Series. I'm not going to lie to people. I was running around my living room with him. So there's that. But the people, my tribe, they know I'll be running around. So I think both. I think it depends on mood and game. If it's something like the World Series or the Stanley Cup Finals and stuff, it is so much fun to be with other people and high-fiving and cheering. I had the pleasure I have season tickets to the Senators. So when we had first round last year in the playoffs, I got to go to all the home games, and the atmosphere and stuff, like I was vibrating.
Yeah.
So I think that there's, I like to host too, right? So I like to host it, but there are times that if it's just a normal game, I like to just sit at home and watch it, and
Enjoy it.
but it is fun with a whole bunch of people. What do you think? Do you think it's fun with a whole bunch of people?
So, like, I'm more of a definitely, well, I haven't been able to like host a party. Like, I
Yeah.
really want to host like a son's night or whatever, like with friends
Yeah.
and all that. But the thing that I was thinking about, and I've seen also, is when there's, you have to have the same like amount of intensity as the
Yes.
other people in the room, or else they'll talk and you're like,
Yes.
stop talking to me, there's a play right now.
Right? Right? Yes. Yes, we're on that.
I saw that, like, videos of that. It's like this person talking to their, I guess, their partner, and then the partner's just focused, and then you just see talking, and then the person's just like I need to watch. Like,
Absolutely. If there's a goal or a touchdown or something, I'm all about the woo, like cheering and jumping. This is just a me thing, but like if I'm at a Sens game and they score, I'm up in the air. Like I'm high-fiving, I'm
Yeah.
up in the air. And I look and there's people sitting and I'm thinking, dude, why are you sitting? Get up. This is exciting. I know, like my friend, Shelley, who is a diehard Leafs fan, I brought her to Game 6 of the Sens Leafs in the playoffs, and she likes the Sens too because I bring her to some Sens games. But people were really respectful to her. They were teasing her and stuff, but I think she said it was her husband or her sister. Somebody said to her something about, oh, getting to socialize with Christine. And she goes, I just told them, no, you don't socialize with Christine when she's at a game because she's watching the game and she's in the zone. I'm like, I kind of am.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, don't talk to me when that's as bad as you're watching it on TV. And there's so much streaming and stuff now,
Yeah.
right? You're watching it on TV. They're about to kick a field goal or they're about to like shoot the puck and it glitches and it freezes.
Yeah.
I equate that.
Yeah. But it's funny, the whole standing thing, because like it used to not even like cross my mind. Like they score, you get up.
Yeah.
And then there was like, I was hanging out with a friend once, or I went with a friend, and they didn't get up. And I'm like, it wasn't crazy busy. And I'm like, okay, well now, and then I look around and like not a lot of people are up. And I'm like, what is happening, first of all?
Yes.
So then every time I go, I remember there was one game that I went with my boyfriend and my friend. And at the beginning of the game, I'm like, listen, if they score, I'm getting up.
Yeah.
We're getting up. There's no awkwardness of like, do we get up? Do we, like, it's like we get up and we cheer.
Yeah.
So we got up and we cheer, but like it was funny because like they took like a second, and I'm like, why is this like a double thinking now? Like why? It's like no. And I feel like it might be the games I'm going to, like either like it's just the people are not the diehard fans for those games, or
I don't know what it is because I don't even. You know me well enough now. I don't care if anyone else is getting up. There's no awkward because I'm like, if I'm in your way, then you better stand up too. Yeah. And it's not like I'm standing up it's when they score. And I started laughing the other night because I realized that every time they score, both arms are up in the air and I'm like standing there like this. And I jump right up. And the thing is, my seats are the 200 level, but they're the first row. So there's like the little wall in front. Yeah. And I'm like, one of these times I'm going to catapult myself right over the wall because I hold on to the thing and then I jump up. Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to go. I'll be landing in the suite below me, which I hope not because that would be horrible. Yeah. But no, if you're going to a game, get into it.
Yeah. Like, why are you paying like $200-$300 for one ticket and not like.
To sit there.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah. No. If I run around my living room at home, you better bet your butt I'm going to be doing it at.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
anyways.
I actually always, he got me into sports now, Lily. I actually always, the people, well, now there's the people that sit next to my tickets, they just bought half season. He said they had them somewhere else, or well, I don't know if they had them. He's been waiting for seats, the first row, because, so he said he saw them come up, so then he got them.
Okay.
And so now I don't have to do it so much because I've already given them their little warning. Warning as in, anytime people sit on the two seats next to me, I say to them, just to let you know, I get excited. I lean, so I do tell people, like, it's not the awkward, but I do tend to lean forward because I get into it and then people can't see. So I tell the people, if I'm leaning too much, you can't see, just hit me and tell me to move back. Like, but I always say, I do the butterfly. I help Olmark out. I'm like down doing the butterfly. I'm like,
I'm so excited to watch you at the game.
Yep. Yeah, I get into it. And my sister will probably roll her eyes at me and stuff because she does. I mean, she can get into it. Yeah, sports are my thing, watching it. And yeah, if I'm here alone and it's like the Bills are on TV or something and they're running, I'm like, go, go, go. I'm like,
Yeah. I get it. I totally get
it's my thing.
I get it.
I actually always say, like, you know, my favorite date night wouldn't be getting dressed up and going to a fancy restaurant. Don't bring me flowers. Bring me a case of Corona and let's watch the game or go to a pub and watch the game.
Yeah.
That would be my ideal date night.
Yeah, it's such good vibes.
Yes. Yes. I don't need flowers and all that.
All right, and our last one, overanalyze or ignore.
Neither.
I know.
Neither. I mean, I'd rather overanalyze than completely ignore stuff that's going on. But I can we change that to just be aware? Reflection and awareness. I don't think either one of those are healthy. Ignoring stuff, pushing stuff down, it doesn't go anywhere. It just stays in your brain. And overanalyzing causes anxiety and stress. So I think that at least with overanalyzing, you're aware and you're ignoring is probably the worst thing you can do for stuff. Now, if it's somebody's behavior, we want to ignore that sometimes, but both of those are unhealthy.
If you overanalyze, you're a little bit closer to just analyzing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there might be some awareness. The problem is there's the awareness and then you go beyond it and then you start to look at everything that might go wrong with the awareness. So analyzing, yes. But I would say reflecting and being aware, yes.
Good. Cool. All right. Final play. So what's one question you want people to reflect on today and why should they?
All right. If your inner critic took the day off, what would you tell yourself? Deep.
I like that one.
Yeah. I used to do this thing with kids, your inner critic and your inner coach,
Okay.
right? And we'd look at like things that your inner critic would say and things that your inner coach would say. And it's pretty powerful.
Yeah. I can see how it can be.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's fun again. I like these. It's just a change of pace for me. And I like being, like I said, I like a challenge, but it's cool to like, some of the questions, they're fun. All right. Thanks for listening. Stay warm. Thank you, Lily, for joining me again. It's fun when I'm not all by myself. And as always, take care of you. That's it for today's episode of the Mental Playbook with Christine Dalgity. Remember, the work doesn't end when the episode does. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of these conversations. If you're enjoying the podcast, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. It helps us grow and reach more people who might need this too. And don't forget, take care of you.